welcome to another episode of Lucy's Quick One. I got you with all the news, guys. Let's go. Children's Day was fun. Like on that day, we had different people posting throwback pictures, and then we had people reliving childhood memories. Now, what even made me laugh was the way people were just shouting and saying, even though I'm 40, even though I'm 60, even though I'm 80, I'm still a child, please send me gifts. Please, this is my account number. I beg, recharge my account now. Credit it with something. I was just like, oh my God. But I really love to see how people just, relived moments and just enjoyed being a child and just, be in that space. Because trust me, adulting is a scam. It's not beans, and you all know it. With every passing week comes more drama. And to be honest, I do not know what to make of this particular one. Remember Baba Ijesha? Well, apparently it seems like Baba Ijesha has more than one lawyer representing him on his case. Now, remember last week I told you that Baba Ijesha has been granted bail. And there's a certain person called Additional, his son is Ogunlano, who is actually representing him and trying to get him out of custody. Now, while all this was going on, a particular person came out. His name is Kayode, to say that, excuse me and my team are the ones representing Baba Ijesha and not this certain somebody called Additional. Then people were like, what's going on? Kayode then in a statement said, well, Additional is more like a self-paraded lawyer in a statement on behalf of the actor. And we were like, okay. Now, in reaction to that statement, Additional came out and said, actually, what's going on is that there are two sets of lawyers. Now, Kayode and his team are the conservative group, but himself, that's Additional, and his own team are the more radical group. And people were like, yeah, it's a lie. However, when it comes to the case of Baba Ijesha getting out of custody, apparently he was granted bail, and then there were certain things he had to do. He had to provide two relatives and, well, a civil servant of grade 16 who would stand as surety, and then he's supposed to pay a refundable fee of 500,000 naira. Now, according to Kayode, they're about to get all of these things. So once they have it, Baba Ijesha will be granted bail. This story just gets interesting by the minutes. Bad Boy Timz and his record label, Anonymous Music, are in a kind of tussle that might end up having the label pay a sum of 900 million naira. I mean, where do you all see this money? Okay, so during the week, Bad Boy Timz' lawyer came out and then they said that Bad Boy Timz was arrested by the record label and was paraded like a criminal, and then the video was circulating on social media. Apparently, he was arrested for breach of contract. Now, the lawyers in a statement came out to reveal that earlier before now, Bad Boy Timz came out to say that he wanted to end his contract with his record label, that's Anonymous Music. And then the record label were like, okay, if you want to do that, you're going to pay the sum of 160 million naira to us before we can set you free. And then Bad Boy Timz went back and then consulted with his accountants, and he came back and said, you know what, I actually owe you 14 million naira and not 160 million naira. Then it was going back and forth, and then Bad Boy Timz came out to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to add a certain amount to this money, but it's not going to be more than, maybe not like that, but however, as the case went back and forth, Bad Boy Timz on May 17th was arrested in Abuja, and then the video was circulated online. Now, the lawyers are saying that based on what has happened, number one, the record label has to issue an apology, and number two, they have to make statements on newspapers, and number three, they have to pay the sum of 200 million naira for damages. Like, the way the money is just flying, I'm just being moved by the amount. Now, moving on, guys. Once the record label saw this by the lawyers of Bad Boy Timz, they came out to react to the whole thing. Now, first of all, they said that they did not know that, or they have no idea about who leaked the video online. And then secondly, Bad Boy Timz was busy siphoning or taking the money that was meant for the record label and probably keeping it to himself. And then thirdly, they were like, okay, if this is going to lead to a lawsuit, no problem, we're ready to go to court. Because the lawyers for Bad Boy Timz came out to say that if this record label does not pay the money, they will end up going to court, and it might end up in the sum of 900 million naira payment. Aha. Now let's talk about the reactions, because some of these things, when it comes to music and record label, people start talking. Now, on one hand, we had Nigerians who were like, see, Bad Boy Timz, you have to be very careful. Do not be like Kiss Daniel and his record label that were going back and forth. Learn from Kiss Daniel and be very strategic about this war you're about to fight. On the other hand, we had some people who were like, Bad Boy Timz is not grateful for having a record label, to sponsor him and all of that. That's what they always do and that. When these kind of stories happen, what comes to my mind is I just it helps me to still realize why some artists do not like to be under any record label because of all this kind of drama. And then there are some who will decide that, okay, if I'm going to be under a record label, I'll be there for just a year or two, more like a limited period of time with a record label to avoid all this drama. We go do all right. However, I still wonder how far can an artist go without a record label? Like, it just comes to my mind. If you know the answer, please let me know in the comment section. This week has just been interesting. You remember Kuti? Nigerians don't just have chill. I talked about Kuti when I was talking about Fela Kuti and how he was not inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, apparently, Kuti during the week celebrated her 60th birthday. I would say happy birthday to her. I watch her and she's an amazing person from a distance. So she celebrated her birthday during the week, and this birthday caused a stir because during that birthday, her brother Seun Kuti was said to have walked out on the Lagos State Governor, that is Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And the moment this video was online, the moment it got online, people started talking, people started applauding Seun, saying yes, they're very happy. And that's because, Seun Kuti is somebody who has always been very vocal about the government. He talks about the government and, whatever they do that is not right, he's always talking about it. So people were like, yes, he's standing against the oppressor and all of that. Now, this conversation was going on. The video was circulating online, but nobody knew the reason why Seun Kuti walked out at that point in time. So, as this was going on and then it was trending on Twitter, Yeni came out to explain what actually happened. Now, according to Yeni, she said that a security detail pushed Seun Kuti's wife, and this made him upset. That he was not upset at the governor, but he was upset at the security detail. Now, people were like, okay, now on one hand, we had people, that's the reaction. We had people who were like, oh, that could be possible. Maybe that was the reason Seun Kuti moved the way he moved. But on the other hand, some people were like, we do not believe you. We feel he was just standing up for us and all of that. Like, seriously, guys, we're just going to be fine. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekend. For watching this week's episode of Lucy's Quick One. I got you with more juice and more news next week Friday. Do not forget to stay safe, and of course do not forget to subscribe and comment on the stories I have shared with you today. Stay